Hello, everyone. My name is Ben Gromiko. I'm from InterNACHI. That's the International Association of Certified Home Inspectors. We're like a really big organization of home inspectors. And this is an InterNACHI webinar. Our webinars are free online. We do some home inspection training webinars. We do business webinars. We do marketing. And this is a really good webinar that we have because I have my buddy Yifu from Housky. We're going to talk about marketing. And something I'm really passionate about, getting all of our home inspectors online, because you have to get your business online. And Housky makes that very easy for home inspectors. If you are new, or maybe you've been in business for a long time, you really have to get your online presence. People have to go online and just look at your profile picture, look at your picture, look at your logo, and just confirm that you actually exist. Maybe even take a look at a sample report. And Housky does that for you in a very easy way. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So thanks for attending. Thanks, buddy Yifu, for being here and showing us what Housky is all about. And I really appreciate taking your time. I know you're busy. You're onboarding home inspectors right now to this platform. And that's what you're going to talk about today.
Yes.
So anytime you want to start, folks who are attending right now, if you want to ask questions to Yifu, feel free. We'll be doing a little presentation and we'll be taking those questions. So I'll be looking at the question box and the chat box. But Yifu, please take over and tell us all about Housky.
Okay, thanks, Ben. Hello, everyone. Yeah, very glad to be here today. Thanks, Ben, and thanks, InterNACHI, for the opportunity to speak in today's webinar and present our startup Housky.io in front of you. So my name is Yifu. I'm the founder of Housky.io. We are a simple and transparent platform dedicated to help customers find the right home inspectors and schedule home inspections. So Housky is a startup company based in New York and New Jersey. We are planning to launch the service to customers this year, and now we are working on onboarding home inspectors on our platform so that customers can find you. So for my presentation today, this is how we do it. So in this webinar, I will start with going over a little bit background of myself, why I decided to find Housky. Then I'll go into how Housky works and some of the frequently asked questions from our conversations with many inspectors. And then I will do a quick demo on the Housky platform right here. And then at the end, we'll save some time for your questions, okay? So for myself, I've been studying, living, and working in New York for about 20 years. I'm an MBA from NYU and have a background in finance and also work in the field. But my wife and I were both real estate brokers, and we have many years of experience in the industry in the 5 boroughs of New York City, where we have facilitated a lot of home inspections for our clients. Also, at our age, a lot of our friends, were first-time home buyers. And I just noticed and realized that the current process for prospective homeowners to find home inspection, to find a home inspector is very inefficient and untransparent. So there are pretty much 2 groups of home buyers. Some home buyers, they give their 100% trust to their realtor, and the realtor will refer a home inspector with good cooperative relationship to perform the home inspection. You know what I mean? Yet some millennials realize the potential bias or conflict of interest in such arrangement, and they would like to find an independent home inspector to perform the job. So for the second group of people, currently there's no such platform to effectively compare home inspectors, and the decision-making process to hire one is difficult and frustrating. So as we are now in the information age, so when customers search home inspections on Google, a lot of you will show up, but with different websites and layouts that the customers need to navigate. So since home inspection would not be a frequent event for many people, and most of them will be doing this their first time. So it's confusing to find out why this one is better or why someone charged a different price. So that's why we try to make Housky a simple and transparent platform for them to find the inspectors who covers the area, and they can also schedule home inspection, receive the inspection report on our platform, on this single platform. So we're trying to facilitate the search process and make it easier for them to understand and find you. And we also know that for home inspectors, a pain point is that you have to do a lot of marketing to stay in business. So I watched a webinar last month with the guest speaker, Inspector Matthew Harley, and I really could remember what he said. So he particularly pointed out that you are running a marketing company first, then you are running a home inspection company. So it is very true, but I think that not that many of you will enjoy doing marketing. So as some of you might be running the business entirely by yourself, we understand that you would like to dedicate most of your time or your expertise to perform home inspection and to worry less about marketing, running and maintaining your website and your customer relationship management or keeping records of every job you have done, etc. So what is Housky's mission? So first of all, we aim to resolve all those inefficiencies that I mentioned earlier. So on both the customer side and on the inspector side. So moreover, we want to advocate the importance of the value of a home inspection to the clients. So I read some study that's done a while ago. It says only maybe 75% of house bought in the US have went through an inspection. So that's a huge potential business missing in the industry. And by being a go-to place for home inspection, we aim to drive that 75% higher so that more of you will be getting more business as a whole as we are in this together. For example, now you should know that like most home buyers, they are looking at houses on Zillow because it makes home searching easy for newer generation of home buyers. So that's why we're trying to make it easy for them to do home inspections. That's the mission of Housky. So how does Housky work? So just like many servicing websites, so by entering a zip code on the house, so customers will have a view of all the home inspectors who cover the area in a unique format that I will discuss later in the demo. So inspector will have the profile standardized on our platform, and customers can view the detailed bios, credential of the inspectors. So your sample reports and any pre-inspection agreements can be found. So as the inspector, you also have your profile pictures. That's the first thing the client sees, so that you can give client better first impression, which is very important. Customers then select a few home inspectors to place them on a priority list. So the selected inspectors will have the option to accept or pass on the job in the order received. So when an inspector is assigned to the customer, all the payment, scheduling, home inspection report sharing can be done on our platform. Yes, as I said, I'll demo with a live example on our platform later. So at this point, you should have a lot of questions. So so this is going to the frequently asked questions section. Okay, so first, like, you might ask, how is Housky different from HomeAdvisor or Thumbtack? We are a platform dedicated purely to home inspections. Okay, so we're trying to make you and your customer happy. So secondly, we do not charge inspectors for leads. So with our fair job assignment algorithm, we only take a small referral fee on the job only after it is assigned. So Housky gets paid when the home inspector gets paid. So if you didn't get the job from the customer, it won't cost you anything for now to stay on our platform, and you still get the exposures for the customers. Yes. So and home inspectors can use our platform for your CRM or customer relationship management, or any pre-inspection agreement can be e-signed and stored for future references. If you want to look up some reports or some job that you have done, or to put up the document, if someone coming after you for trouble, you can do that easily on our platform. So Housky is in the process of integrating DocuSign. So as you know, in the pandemic, it really accelerated the adoption of e-signature. So as the mortgage banks, they are now letting their customers signing mortgage applications and documents online. So this will become more acceptable practice. For example, in New Jersey, pre-inspection agreement that has to be provided to your customer within 24 hours after you agree to perform the inspection. Okay, so you should not really start to perform home inspection before receiving the consent and signature from the client on the pre-inspection agreement. So this really protects the home inspectors from some liability. I know some of you, maybe like Ben, you like to arrive ahead of time before the inspection time to inspect the roof first before your client arrive.
Right.
So you should really, but before that, you should really get the signature from your clients. So with this e-signature on the Housky platform, it makes it easier.
Yes.
Okay, so you don't need to get it when the customer arrives or any other meeting ways. So after finishing the home inspection, your home inspection reports can be uploaded on the platform to share with the customer. So if you are using some other software, you can share a link or just upload the PDF as the traditional way. We aim on to improving that process later, but which I'll go into that later. So for inspectors who have less time to manage their online presence, which you should have, or for real inspectors who just recently joined the industry, you can rely on your profile on Housky to get the exposures from the clients. So for experienced inspectors or who already run a large operation, you can still gain exposures on Housky and differentiate yourself by showing your certifications, your years in the industry, your sample reports, and other credentials. And lastly, we're different from HomeAdvisor is that Housky sets the price on home inspection report. I know you have a lot of questions when I say that, but let me get into it. So the goal is that customers will know ahead of time the final amount they need to pay, because I know some of the information is not even disclosed on your website, but they really want to know that. Okay, so they just know the amount they need to pay by providing the information on the house, and customers won't be cold called from different inspectors who compete by price to get the job. And nobody really like cold calling, to be honest. And customers will be also confused by the price differences from asking different inspectors for quote. So that's why we try to set a price, which I'll go into detail later how. Inspector, and as an inspector, you know exactly how much the job will pay, and you have the freedom to accept or decline the job that's assigned to you. So back to that, how does Housky set the price? So we survey home inspectors and ensure a fair price for customers and for home inspectors in the region. So it will different by region. So if you go to our website now, the pricing tab, that's for New York and New Jersey. So that's what we start with and primarily focus right now. We aim to expand that in the going forward. But we understand that each inspection job is different. But we aim to continuously improve our pricing algorithm and listen to home inspector, your feedback, to keep the price reasonable. As a home inspector on our platform, keep in mind that you have the option to accept or decline the job. It's a free option. So why do we set the price? Again, we want the home inspector selection process to be simple. So the customers will compare the credential of the home inspectors by reviewing your profile, your sample reports. Selecting the home inspector, I believe, should not be based on price. It should be based on trust. So price shoppers are not really our primary customer base. So we aim to help customers find the most suitable and unbiased home inspectors. And we will continue to educate them the value of good home inspections. So how do we allocate the job to the home inspectors? So let me illustrate with an example. So for example, if a customer like home inspector A, B, and C, and place them on the priority list in that order, so A, B, then C. So the job was submitted on, for example, if the job is submitted on the platform at 4 p.m. in the afternoon today, so Inspector A, who is the top choice on the priority list, will receive the notification right away at 4 p.m. and then have until 8 a.m. the next day to accept the job. And if Inspector A choose not to accept it due to some pricing or schedule revision, or maybe he's on vacation, so Inspector B will be notified and when the time window for Inspector A expired, and also have a 4-hour window to accept it. So if AB doesn't accept it, C will have the chance to accept it. So the goal is that when the job is created, we don't want everybody to rush in to just compete to get the job. And the job notification will be sent out on the specific time of the day. So you don't need to worry about missing a notification when you are probably be doing will probably be doing an inspection at the time. So just at that specific time, just take a quick check on your email or just on Husky. So that's the example, but now I can go into a live demo to illustrate how the Husky platform work. Okay.
Okay.
So let me share my screen.
Yeah, my first question is like, how do I become the home inspector A? And
yes, yes.
And it's not by price, because that just drives everybody nuts. When someone calls or emails or texts me, they don't ask any other question other than, what do you charge? So you're kind of taking that out of the loop, and you're making me as a home inspector market myself with value, maybe credentials, experience, sample report, look, something like that.
Right.
Yeah. And availability.
Yes, yes. So if you can see my screen now, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so this is the Housky.io homepage. So this is the customer facing page. So when we go live, this is just some information on what service we're providing. So when we go live here, this will be a search bar. Can you also see my mouse, or?
Yes. Yes, I can see your mouse.
You can see my mouse, right? Okay, so when this will also be a search bar, so when customer can just enter a zip code, they will see all the inspectors covering the area. And there's also a link on top for home inspectors. That's for the inspector, that's for you guys. Okay, so I'll go into that later. So when customer log in to schedule a home inspection, so this is what I was talking about. So customers, by entering the zip code, they can see all the inspectors covering the area with that state license. It could be narrowed down into zip code if you're working in a large state. So customers will have first impression of who you are. So by disclosing your profile picture, so your company logo really doesn't matter. They want to know who they are working with, and then by seeing a profile with a good profile picture. So in the future, we're probably going to work with you guys. If you don't have a chance to take some good profile picture, we'll help you. But make sure you disclose, because that's the first impression, and that's very important.
Yep.
So, and this is for New York for some demo purpose. We pre-register some of the inspectors ahead of time. So if you see your profile picture up here in New York, we are gonna reach out to you. Okay, so if any questions, please reach out to me. But by clicking on each card, so you can see in general, like, so this will be sorted based on the zip code from your home to the zip code that customer is searching. So because we know travel is a restriction, is a constraint. So if there's a better way to allocate the job based on travel distance, then it'll be easier for all the inspectors. So each one card is the inspector profile. So by clicking on it, so this is a standard profile with the name, the inspection company. You have a quick bio, and then you can disclose the language you speak, because sometimes speaking the same language would be easier to describe some of the terms, because not everybody is familiar with flashing or the certain terms of the house. And you also put up your sample reports and your terms and agreements, so that customers can see your report style. And that's one of the important things. If they like your report, they know that if they like your sample report, they know that you're doing a good job, or because they understand your report better than the others. So that's how you differentiate from the others. So if you're also doing WDI or radon, so the section will be shown up here. And also, if you also put up the certification on the profile on our next phase. So for example, the big nice InterNACHI stamp will be placing right next to your name. So they can scroll through different inspectors right here. And if they like this guy, for example, they can add it to the list. So they can add a few people that they think they might want to work with on the list. Then see, you have the two people selected. So they also can select the language and certification filter will be right here in InterNACHI. Okay. Mm-hmm. So after that, they can just click next. So this will be the priority list that I was talking about. So essentially, they can drag and drop to see who will have the opportunity to receive the job first. So so this guy will receive the job first. If he doesn't like to take it, then the second person will have the opportunity to accept it. So we don't want, because when the job is assigned, again, we don't want everybody to rush in to compete, based on timing and price. So this is so you have all the time, you have the time to think about whether you want to take the job and whether you have the bandwidth to do so. And then next will be just entering address. So some of this pre-filled, so this pretty standard address. I'm going to enter something for this quick demo. Finish basement, maybe no adding. So next they get to select the date. So the weather for the past for the future 7 days will be show up here. So hopefully if there's like a bad snowy day, hopefully they don't want to choose that date. So they can select 3 or up to 9 days, and then after that they can select a time frame to do. So this is a 3-hour time frame, but it's not fixed, so you can still accept it and then talk to a client to adjust the time. So this is the approximation of the time that they would like to do the inspection. So again, you are looking at how the customer will schedule the job on our platform. So, and then if they don't like to also do radar or WDI, it will be added up here. So this is prices for New York, New Jersey, and don't take it too seriously right now. So we are still refining it by talking to you guys to get your feedback. Then they can submit the request. Okay, so this is the customer side when they want to schedule for inspection. So as the inspector side, so this is the inspector.housky.io. This is the inspector page. So this is also your dashboard if you are logged in. So on your profile setting, so after you register, you can adjust your profile by going here. So you can modify your bios, address, your license information, and also the company information. So for the payment, we are doing it through Stripe, which is a very popular online payment processing platform. So the way to do that is so you have to sign up for create a Stripe account to link your bank account to Stripe. So, and then we will just direct deposit the money back right into your account. So then on account management, this is a clever way. So there's a toggle right here. So if you decided to take a vacation, you can just switch off. Then the customers won't be able to find you on the view with so many inspectors. Okay, so now the top is the free dashboard. So this will be the job request. So these are the jobs that are assigned to you but haven't accepted yet. So on the right side, there's a map. So on the map, so you can roughly see how far away are the jobs away from your home. For example, if this is your home right here. Expanded, you can see these are the free requests and then the relative distance to where you live. So you can try to gauge the travel distance. So by clicking on one of them, then you can see some basic information of the house. Square footage should be included as well. And this will be the available dates, and then you can just pick one and then accept it. If so, in the future, this will be a conversation box where you can negotiate. We can communicate with the clients before accepting the terms, so that make sure that the arrangement is acceptable to both parties. Okay, so the active job part is the job that you have already accepted, and maybe you have the inspection is tomorrow, or you have done the inspection but you are waiting to write the report. So you click on it, then these are the detailed information of the house. You can send the terms to the customers to to be signed. This is the pre-inspection agreement that I mentioned earlier. So pretty much when you accepted the job, you can go here and then just send them the terms so they can sign it, and then you'll be able to see it. So after you've done the inspection, you can go to the report section and then just upload a PDF. So after that, when you upload the PDF, then the job will be completed. Then you can see that on your job history. So this will be a chart of to see your performance, amount you make by date. And then this will be the history term. So you can, again, do a filter to see if you want to look up a particular job that you have done in the past. You can do so by putting down a name or putting out a date range or house type. And the detail for that page will be for that job right here. You can see the report that you have done, and then to see the agreement that the customer signed. So that's pretty much the demo for the inspector platform. So in any questions, you can go to contact us. If you register, I would like you to register if you find this useful and promising in the future. So any questions, you can email me or call us directly. And if after you sign up, I would like to schedule a time to speak with you personally and then to get your feedback on our platform to improve it. So
Wonderful.
that's the demo. I see.
I like it. I personally have a bunch of questions, but I can see that our webinar attendees have some questions. Are you available to answer some?
Yes.
Okay. Althea asks about Angie's List. Is this kind of like Angie's List? How's this different and better than Angie's List?
Personally, I didn't look in. To be honest, I didn't look into the Angie's List too much, but again, the platform that for people to find and compare the home inspector is will be different. And for inspectors who would like to get an online presence but don't want to develop your own website, you can pretty much just use Housky as your online presence, and then you put all the information that you have, your sample report and such, to be exposed to customers and without paying anything.
Yep. Yeah, I like it because it's free to me, right? It's free to the inspector, and it's not just a little profile picture and a link. It's really a management system. I can manage and schedule all of my inspections through Housky, and it allows me to get rid of that pricing on competing on price factor. It's really competing upon the value that I bring to my clients. And if I can compete on value, then I know I'm going to win because I'm very good at that. I'm terrible at competing on price because I don't want to lower my price. So that's a really interesting way that Housky helps me. Eric has, Eric has, do we have to use your pricing, or is the pricing all preset? So maybe you can talk about that.
Yeah, so pricing is the tough problem that we are trying to resolve, because I know that some of you, if you're more experienced, you deserve to get paid more. So we are still in the process to talk to you to get your feedback. Maybe we'll have some tiering. So for example, some tiering, but not too specific pricing, so that you can differentiate yourself. And this is a very good question and very core question that we're trying to solve. How do we make it easy for customers to not get them confused, but also make it fair and reasonable for inspectors with different credentials and experience? So we are still working on that, but please sign up, and then we'll talk to you and then get your feedback, and we'll make it better for everyone.
Yep. Let's see. How is Housky, Donald asks, knowing we as inspectors, we have to market our companies. How is Housky marketing our companies? What kind of presence? You mentioned Zillow. Is Housky, is that the goal, to be as easy as Zillow to find a house by zip code, to find a home inspector by zip code?
Yeah, so again, like I mentioned, we are a startup, but we need to work on onboarding inspector first, and then the customers can find you. So, but we have the marketing budget to do that by either by Google AdWords, some SEO search, And also we have some real estate broker agent network, so which we can utilize to spread the word. So some inspectors I think for for New Jersey, when a client asks the broker for inspector recommendations, they have to provide a list of inspectors. They couldn't just disclose one, so they can just saying these inspectors. You can go to Husky to see the profiles and then to pick one that you like.
Right, right. Let's see. Elizabeth asks, I have 25 years of home building construction experience, but I'm just starting out in home inspections. Would my profile say 0 years of experience? That wouldn't be good.
So no, right. So that years of experience will be is the input for you, so you can enter when you started the business. So definitely in the future we need some way to verify that. But if you believe that you have some equivalent amount of experience for that, then you can input that on your profile. But going forward, we are going to do some background check and make sure that like everybody's license is up to date and or other checks for the benefit of our clients. Yeah.
Damon asks, essentially, if a home inspector already has a website, how does that integrate with Housky? Can I connect the two?
So that's really a tricky question. So if you have a website, you can still put it. You can still get a profile on Housky. So, but if you put your website link on Housky platform, so now we let you do that for free. But maybe if you use us as a direction of traffic, but so we are thinking in the future maybe there's a fee to stay on the website, but if you perform some job, the fee can be waived. But you'll be fair. Yeah.
Is Housky regional or national? What areas are you onboarding?
So we're starting from the East Coast, but we tend to go national. So sometime this year.
Yep, that's what Donald asks. Eric asks, if you decline some jobs, I'm not sure, he has soapy jobs. I'm not sure if he means soapy jobs. If you decline jobs, do you lose access to Housky? So if I'm a home inspector enrolled in Housky and I keep declining jobs, are you going to bump me out?
So there'll be a stats going in the future for the customers to see. They will see how many your cancel rate
Right.
So and then the customers can also see your availability. So for me personally, please do not decline a job. So always work with your clients. If you think that the price is really not fair for the given house, just let us know. We'll try to work it out with you.
Danny asks, I guess I missed how much it does cost the inspector once a job is accepted. So what is the cost to the inspector?
So we aim to just collect only a $30 fee, at least for New York and New Jersey, which the normal cost for a single family house is around $400 to $450. So that's what we aim to collect as a referral fee. Yes.
And in your demo, you had the customer, the home buyer, let's say, ordering their preference. They added inspectors to a list and then they order the preference. That's on that list to be on the top is really up to the customer, right?
It's up to the customer, yes.
Yeah.
So we don't maneuver that. So it's so you can just make your profile more appealing, but and your profile picture as well. But people will be attracted to different person based on the attachment. So yeah, so that's not something that we can do, but just give a good profile picture and make a good first impression. That's important.
Yep. Eric asks, when does this go live? It's live right now. I can onboard now.
So inspectors can onboard now. So when the inspector for that given state reach a certain amount, then we'll go live in that region. Okay. So we're focusing on East Coast right now because our network is in the East Coast, but we can do the same thing expanding nationwide. Yeah. So sometime this year.
Donald, you ask, what is the percentage of the job kept by Housky? I think you meant the fee, so it's $30. If that's not the question that you wanted to ask, please ask again. I didn't understand. the question. Eric asks, can this be integrated with other platforms that help home inspectors like ISN? I'm not sure if you're familiar with ISN.
Oh,
Inspector.
sorry,
Yep. Inspector Support
sorry.
Network. Like they help inspectors with some of the features that you do. So I'm not sure if that's a good idea. It could be a little bit confusing. But what I see is a clear separation between what Housky is and software. My report software that I have, it makes the report and I can integrate it, whether I am exporting a PDF or my report is in the cloud. You said that I could upload a PDF or a link to my report. Is that right?
Right. So the reporting part, we are not getting into that because I know there's a lot of competition, but we definitely look for future integrations with all these software providers.
Yep. Let's see. There's some repeat questions. Let's see. Do customers have to sign up for Housky, or can a homeowner, once you're up and live fully, do they just enter a zip code?
So they just enter a zip code and then they can actually just see you. So because now we're thinking about first ask them to sign up first, but now we're thinking just let them enter the zip code, they can just find you.
Yep.
So
Another
then
question.
if they want to go ahead for scheduling, they need to sign up. Yeah.
Yep. How soon will you be live in Kentucky?
So it depends on how many of you actually sign up in Kentucky, but because we don't want the customers to go to the website and then see nobody's covering the area on Housky. But
Yep.
again, this is pretty much free for you to sign up, and then it'll be good to get exposures. And then, so on the cards, you say how long you stay on Housky. So the earlier you sign up, the better it will look.
Yeah.
And it just costs you 5 minutes to sign up. Yeah, and we would like to talk to you afterwards to make the platform better. So if you have the 5 minutes, please do so.
That's great. And it doesn't cost anything. It's only a few minutes to sign up, and it doesn't cost a home inspector to sign up with Housky. And it's great to hear that you want everyone's feedback so you can make this service better.
Right. So the payment way for Stripe is still under testing. So we're definitely gonna make sure that happen before we go live. But you can sign up and then get found. But right now, so the payment we can talk about. We'll give you more information when we are comfortable with going live when we do that. Yeah.
Hey, I love free inspection job leads. That's really good. Another state, when is this going to be available in Florida? So we have people from all over the world wanting to sign up for Housky. How does someone in a different zip code find me when my service is in many zip codes? So if the home inspector serves many zip codes, how does someone find me in all those zip codes? How do the zip codes work?
So I mean, as long as you have the state license for that zip code, then people can find you. But again, the first is based on the sort. The sorting is based on distance. To have a couple of slots as like a premier inspectors. So those people will stay on the top of the search list. Disregarding the distance search, but as long as you have the state license. So if you sign up recently, then we could give you some time to give as the premier inspector on our platform.
Yep. Brad asks, how does paying for this referral model coincide with the ethics rules? So the code of ethics of InterNACHI, it doesn't have any violation because the home inspector is not paying for any leads, not paying any agents to be on a list. And the payment is when the job is actually scheduled and paid for, right?
Yeah. So you can see you can look at it not as a referral fee, but you can look at it as a marketing fee.
Yeah, I'm paying Housky after I get a scheduled payment, scheduled home inspection.
Right. So there's we don't have a conflict of interest here. So it's all the customer's choice. We're just providing a platform for the customers to find you efficiently.
Yep. And if I get a scheduled job and I get money, then Housky gets a payment.
Yes.
Jason asks, how are additional inspections, ancillary inspections handled by Housky? For example, I'm here in Florida and there are wind mitigations and 4 points in addition to home inspections.
So the additional inspection features could be added, but now we're focusing on the general inspections. And so if you're also doing WDR radon, that will be part of the package that we're handling. But different unique kind of inspections, we could, that will be definitely the feature that we'll add on to our platform later. Thanks for putting that up.
Yep. I think there's a lot more questions, probably more questions than we have time for. So I think you have I've done webinars a lot. There's a lot of questions coming in, and I don't think we're going to be able to handle them all. So why don't you share your screen and give us that email address and phone number one more time so that you can handle all these questions. Because I think this is going to be a hit, because I can see there's a lot of questions coming in.
Yeah, you can go to housky.io, go to contact us. So this will be my email. I will be glad to answer any of your further questions. And if you would like to have a quick chat, I can do that as well.
Okay, so for folks who are listening to this, because this is going to be on our podcast, it's your email is
Yifu.
Yep, I'll spell it out. Okay.
Yeah.
It's YIFU@housky.io, and that's HOUSKY.io.
Yes.
And it's Housky at housky.io is the main URL.
Housky.io. Yes. We also have a Facebook page, so you can also message me on Facebook. Yeah.
Oh, good. So you're on Facebook. So we'll go on Facebook and search for Housky. Yifu, thank you so much. This is going to
Thank you, Ben.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Please stay in touch and give us updates on how this is going. We love it when someone like you brings a new idea and a new approach to help our home inspectors with their marketing and their business. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for attending today's webinar. Thanks. Yeah,
right,
any questions, please reach out. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.